Leche. Parity. That's patriarchy. Past, present, futures. Here's we are again, the Equinoxtrueqsz Co-Secretary Generals, Co-Secretaries, and more is our Comingsz most soon. But in order to connect our names and purposes to other archetypal languagings of hers and histories of this our homes and all our planets in contact, past, present, futures, we also call ourselves other names, such as including ever young goddesses and gods. Now, does that means we're trying to become a pantheon above others? No, of course not. What we are delivering is divine democracies, so that all the Elohas and Elohims, all the Eli circles and arrowways, all the females and males can be reunited again, back and forth in circles, times, and balance and contact for the heavens on this and all our earth. And does that in any way suggest that we're trying to usurp the ever-living's authority and powers of the one Mother, Father, Goddess, God of the universe? No, of course not. There is only one Mother, Father, Goddess, God of the universe, ever present in all creations and all sustainings, including us and all that we have knows and shall knows and does knows, past, present, and futures. All our females and reparatively, and all our females and males equally reparatively with the eye in it of all our families and communities, and all the flora and fauna that God has given us to co-stewards and appreciates. And so we says, Namaste, the divines within us, speaks the divines within yous and alls. And we says, Nikotuye Oyasi, Nikotuye Kosiferals. We are alls related. We are any's and alls, and everyone's alls related. And because we knows we are alls related, so we cans and shells and can't comes together again, back and forth in circles, times, and balance and contact for heavens on this and all our earths. And it also says, the lights within us, Greeks, the lights within yous and alls. Comingsz Pax, Bahava, L'chaim, Salom, Soul, Mir, Pache, Merci, Ciao, Shanzabag. Oh, well, let's put right at the beginning. Ubuntu's back and forth to mitochondrial release before, after, and during. And of course, Chinque and Namaste and Sayonara, Dasvidanya, Cheerios, Good Days, and more. Of all the languages of all the lands and all the continents and beyonds, because space-time is not linear, and so we can and shall say, let's say loves and lives, ever young's longest, and prospers everyone's and all on this all our planets. And therefore, we say this because we know we are all created of star stuff, and because we are listening to and learning from the divine feminines friendlies and divine feminines and masculines equally friendlies, ancient civilizations, especially the very lengthy Magdalenian era, and of course the Atlanteans, the Thrace, Ubuntu back and forth to mitochondrial release before different juries, Vedics, Druidics, and more. And all the heritages and all the hues of this land and all lands and this planet and beyond. And so, therefore, we also call ourselves other names, such as, including all the nativities of all the lands, of all the heritages, all the hues of all the planets. So we call ourselves co-white women's, co-changing women's, Iroquois, Scottish clan mothers. In fact, co-sister cousins, co-cousin brothers of the clans and gens. We call ourselves, co-sky women's, co-earth women's, co-spider women's, co-kachinas, co-katsinas. We call ourselves co-arishas and yamayas, co-daganach, co-kalki, co-amamamari, co-avlish crystals, co-quanyans buddhas, co-zayashans, co-messiahs, and co-Couszmic Chrisztsz. Now don't let these words intimidate you in ancient languages. They simply translate to anointed. Anointed to do what? To reconnect kindness and wisdom back and forth in circles, times, and balance and context now. Cosmically for heavens on this and all our earths. And therefore, we also call ourselves other names, such as co-volunteering new times, with common sense and compassion. We call ourselves co-Estelarians and co-Estelarians, that is, co-Astralians and co-Easteralians, because we are combining the messages of volunteering new times with that of the, and we call ourselves, with that of the Shushan, with that of the Galilee, the Magdalens and Nazarenes equally, the females and males equally of all the apostle families. So we call ourselves co-volunteering new times, co-Cupids, and co-Estelarians, co-Easterans, and all the Magdalens. So we're combining the Venusians and Mayans, and then connecting them to the ancient heritages, of course, of Atlantis, also called Hesperides, Atlantides, Pleiades, and also, of course, Thrace, and Ubuntu's back and forth to mitochondrial release boards for drawings, and of course, all nativities and all the heritage of all the youth. So we call ourselves very real stargates, Atlantis, of all holy and all sacred earths risen, reborn nativities and always risen springs on this and all our planets in contact. And also calls ourselves the last that shall be first go first team, the very real Stargate and Star Trek for parity, peace, cultures, heavens, and the small earths. Now, it sounds like a daunting task to call currently to open these stargates and the Akashic records for reborn, risen humanities, but actually it's easily accomplished via the numerical rule, which you can read at 5050now.wordpress.com and just actually read the 11 steps for easily accomplished strategies for making awesome best shows. You also see a page on the website called Among the Representatives. Use, because you use shells and cans and shells, translates becoming Equinoxtrueqsz, Secretary General COCHRISTSZ. And you can see our names and pictures there, and yours too, because we have our family trees, and yours symbolized by picture frames. We start genealogically, reparatively, with our great and grandmothers, first go first, and then all the shadiyas of our families, all the women's, and then equals all our youngest generation, for Elohim and Elohims, Eli circles and always females and males. And so we say some of them, we can't say all of them, we'll say some of them, we have you're going to say, and Queen Esther and all the Iroquois, Goddess grandmothers, and Sister Cassandra, School Custom Brothers, Clans, and Jeds. We have our and so more recently, currently, we have Herschel, Lydia Costanza, and of course, Virginia and Lydia Bluntering New Times, and of course we have our co-writer Jeff Buckland, Martha and Pearl, and especially Ma Patricia Sanchez, and as equally as Martha, Sophia and Laura, and we're seeing it's a loyal youth. And of course we have our Ubuntu's families, we have our amazing Graces and Belindas, and Josephine Sands, and Lily and Gallagher and Doggies, and Neville, lots more there. And of course we have our Lights families, our Barnes and Sylvie's, lots more there. We have our Estelarian families, Ellen and Hannah's, Laura's, lots more there. And of course we have a Rio Church finding Venusians and Marians, our Magdalenes and Nazarenes, and that includes our Bridges and our Hearts. We have our Australian Liberty and lots more there. And especially the Heliac, Radiant Man is Heliac, and traveling back and forth, channels, and Claire, Jupiter, Jacqueline, Precious Internet, Mr. Nose, Marie, Grandma, Papa, Rubenette, all the graces short. Grandma Dorothy's teaching learns the lessons of wizards about. Then we also have with Lynn and Leanna and Jenny, Guys, and Rachel, Stargates, families, Halfways, and Hallways, Margaret's, lots more, all the great Cans, Yins, and Shells, Hins, and Jays, and Downs families. And we have our Esther's and Rachel's and Anne Marie's and Julian Ray's Equals, Jenny's and Zeta's, Divines, and Margaret's. And of course, our younger generations, we have our April Services, Rose Services, our Central Lanes, all the people with ears. We have our Hesper's and Wells, States on the Stars, Somebody's Waters, Hadass and Leah's, especially Lady Lee's and Lady Lee's, and Saturday equals about Highlands, and West on these equals, and Hadassah, Bill, Leon, Ross, Venture, and Charlotte's Blessed Bows, and Mozart, Cummings, Rays, always get to Marines, always get to Marines, always all related to these students. Every year's blessings.